Good morning, everyone. This is Paula, and I am here this morning to introduce the new Traveler's Notebook for the month of September for Cheaply Chic. Lynette designs those over at Cheaply Chic, and it's not a subscription. It's a first come, first serve. And it sells out really fast. And I forgot to check and see if there were any left in the store, but you can just click on the link below and go over and look if you're wanting one. So she puts out a kit every month. Okay. This is this month's kit. It's called Anchored is the title of the name of it. And look at this adorable little image. Now, these little pom-poms do not come on the kit. They're just something I had in my stash. I think I have to have something dangling out from somewhere all the time. So this is obviously ocean, sea themed. And beautiful summery, beachy sailboats, lighthouses, that type of traveler's notebook. And we're not going to work in the book this morning, but I am going to just show you the book. This is the inside cover. It's beachy. And then you just have like 15 or so pages, which ends up being, let me see real quick. 1, 2, 3. 15. So it gives you a total of 30 using fronts and backs. All right, so I'm going to set this aside. What I want to do today is something that Lynette actually did on one of her videos. I don't know, it's been a couple months ago. You can go back and catch her video. So I just took scrap paper that I had in my stash and stitched it on the back of playing cards. Okay. I did a zigzag on most of them and then straight stitch on a couple. Okay. So what I want to do is get these ready for when we decorate some pages. And I'm going to try to alternate. I don't know how much time I'm going to have to work on anything. As I've told you in every video, I'm moving and packing, and I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow. No, I'm kidding. I do know where I'm going to be. I just don't know what's going to happen from day to day. And then this little cute card, it's actually a card, and you would put the stamp here. But this little image is adorable. So, Lynette thought it looked like, you know, maybe some weeds and different things growing alongside the ocean. And here's a little, it's either a dragonfly or a firefly. No, it's not a firefly. I don't know. It's one of those. So, I thought I would just make this look a little more oceany. And I'm going to use a cloud or two on here. I don't know that it will cover the stamp. I may have to go back and just put like an anchor or something to cover that up. Okay, so let's start on the cards. Now these cards are all related to the theme of this month's book. And I'm sorry if you hear noise in the background. My dog is being her normal little ornery self. I tried to use my Intense color pencils, which really are like watercolor, but they didn't want to work on this non-watercolor paper. I just used scraps and I didn't ink it. I thought we could do that after. So we're just going to do one at a time, and this is going to probably not be a super long video. Of course, I've not done it before. So I thought what we'd do is just start with different colors. Now, there is no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing, okay? This will not run probably because I don't have my squirt bottle. So we're just going to kind of just mix a couple. I just think the colors that are in this kit, we'll just mix some colors. And this is how simple it's going to be. But it'll make it look cuter. I don't have all my mediums to work with. So we're working with what we've got. And I'm trying to figure out which color I have. They're so hard to tell. Okay, let's see. I'm just mixing different blues. And, ooh, that's a dark one. Can you guys see? There we go. I'm just going to do different ones, and as you see, I'm not even thinking about how I'm doing it. So you just kind of have to hang in there with me. Let's see, let's get one that's maybe a little more, I don't know, we'll see. I don't know what any of these will end up looking like. Ooh, that one's darker. Maybe we can get some of that in there. See, and to me, it looks like it's just blending and it's not really doing a different color, right? So I'm going to leave that one and let it dry, and then we'll come back and do the same thing on all of them, okay? Now, we can mix some other colors in with each of these. We can add, you know, some of the colors that I think of is purples. And let me see if I got my paper that has purples on it. I was going to show you, but I don't see it anywhere close by. But I do have, here it is. No, that's not it. So I do have some different ones that, see, this is a little better because I was able to find one that kind of looked a little different. Now I'm going to go in here and add a little bit of purple. You want to add water when you're doing this, because I know these aren't overly impressive, but they don't take long to dry either. And I just kind of want them to look like kind of like the ocean. I'm not trying to run anything. I'm just doing a very simple, very, very, very simple. Okay, and then we'll just kind of, I'm just trying to make it look kind of like waves, and I'm not succeeding, but I think these two are a good example. What I did too, and I forgot to tell you this, is I cut around a piece of paper and I just glued in the middle a little bit and then just zigzagged and stitched. I didn't think we needed to do that on camera. I think most of you know how to handle that part of it, right? Okay, now I'm just gonna put 2 at a time down, and if we have time to do more things, we will. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this color this time. I just kind of want to do I love playing with my watercolors, and honestly, this is a super quick thing we're doing, but I just thought they'd look better than just sticking cards on the paper, right? I don't know, I just thought this would be easy. It was more work to just stitch them, you know. And but what I do love is I love just putting watercolor down on here. Now I'm just going to grab some different colors. Hopefully, not sure which one I'm going to have hold of. Ooh, Now see, I do like it being kind of dark. So I may just go directly in on the dark on some of these. See, I like that better. Okay, now let me wash that, and we'll go back over to a lighter color, but we won't water it down as much. Those are cute, aren't they? And it's, you know, I know it sounds silly, but just the littlest thing like this can be so therapeutic, at least for me. Okay, it, you know, it's kind of, okay, and now I'm going to add a little bit of purple to, let's see what this looks like. This is I have like 8 or so different blues. A lot of them, you know, kind of look a lot alike, but they're just slight differences when they dry. Okay, now let's do a purple. I like adding that purple at the end. Okay, now when, woo, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's some purple. Okay. I think adding the purple, you know, I don't know about you, but when I stand out and look at the ocean, I always feel drawn to the colors, especially in St. Thomas, or really mostly in Hawaii. The colors are just so beautiful there. In the water, you know, the water is definitely blue. That's why Elvis did Blue Hawaii. Because it does, it just, you can just stand there and be drawn so in to the beauty of the ocean. Okay. I'm trying not to have a whole lot of white space, but I'm really not worried about it either. So, add a little color there. Okay, now, let's do a little bit while these are drying. We'll come back to these. But while they're drying, we'll work on this a little bit. I just want to do sort of the same thing. You know, I just want it to be watery here at the bottom. And, you know, it really, it's just going to add that little bit of water look here at the bottom. I'm going to get a darker color going in here. Yeah. Then we can come back with maybe another blue. See, and if you mix them together, can you guys see? I'm sorry, I just realized I was low on the, and I'm just I'm just mixing colors. And you know, you can always, oh, this palette doesn't have white. Well, you can always add white, you know, to give it kind of the capped look. Let's see. That's the wrong one. I just put my brush in the wrong one. So I'm just going to put a little bit of purple. Okay. So you can just play. You can do it like a wave. Or you can just get in there and just... Okay, so that is that part here. Now, oh, I just messed it up with my fingers. You know how that goes, right? It's not painting if you don't get messy. Okay, so I'm going to let that part dry because I don't have my heat gun. It's packed. I'm so limited. It kind of drives me crazy a little bit, I'll be quite honest. Now, I'm going to try something, and don't judge me. I'm going to do just, do you know the little, I don't know what these are called. I don't know anything about that as far as what they're called. And I'm not even sure which color I'm grabbing because I got so much mass in my... Okay, I don't know if you guys remember. I'm just going to draw. They have a cute little name, and I don't know what they're called. I should have looked that up before I did the video. But, you know, they're just a stem, and I thought I'd mix some in here on some of these little vines. And they're just like a little oval little thing that comes out from the tops. They're usually like on a slender stem, so I'm ignoring that these little stems have other little things sticking out. I'm not letting it make a difference. That one was better before I came back and messed with it. Let's do this one. I'm just kind of going to add a little thing there. So, and I'm going to go back and add a different color here. I got to find one first, which one I like. Let's see. I'm just going to, let's try this color and see what it looks like. It's kind of a chocolate. Well, no, maybe it's lighter than that. I don't know if this is really what I'm wanting, but I'm just going to kind of run down. Nope, that's not it. It's too light. And I need it to not be so drippy. Let's see. Let's see. All right, let's go with this darker one. And I'm not going to add as much water to it. And I'm just kind of mixing it up here so that it doesn't look super green. You know what I'm saying? Compared to the green we have here. I'm trying to add a little bit of brown. And I'm sure okay, come on. I'm trying to do it too thick, and that makes a difference in how it turns out. Here we go. I think I just mixed it into some other color. Do you guys ever do that? Kind of has a black look, but it's really not black. We'll mix it in here. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of a stem or two that's not, maybe not on here, you know. Just make it look like there's some extras. And I may hate this when I'm done. That is way thicker than it should be. But you know what? It's just fun. It's just for fun. And you don't even have to, you know, use the stem that's already here, you can just do your own thing. I just kind of did it to help me kind of line mine up. Okay, well, let's put one right over here. There we go. All right, let me wash my brush. And I'm going to go back and do the one. I'm trying to remember what color I used, you guys. I think it's right there. These may be all different colors when it's all said and done. You just never know. Yeah, I think these are a little bit lighter. So I will add, and these really honestly should be more slender. I don't know what they're called. I'm sorry. Didn't do my homework. It was we have been so exhausted, you know, that we haven't, oh my goodness. When we sit down, it's like we collapse, you know. It's like, oh my gosh. I know you guys know what it feels like when you move. The problem is we're old and we're moving, which is really crazy, most people would think. But we are, you know, we've lived a busy life over the years, and we are very ready. And I just smeared some of that, see. Got to keep your hand out of it. And we feel like we deserve to go to and live at the lake in this humongous house. Okay, I'm going to try to water that down. It's the nice thing about you can just kind of do your own thing here. Now, I'm going to do some sky. But what I want to do is, I don't want this little piece to be involved in the whole thing. But I'm going to put this, we'll see how this turns out. I probably need to kind of sketch these lightly on here. I'm just going to go like this and just barely do it. I would put it over that stamp, but I'm thinking if I do that, I'm thinking if I do that, then you know, so I'm going to like lighten this as much as I can so you don't see the pencil mark as well. I can just barely see what I'm working with here. Okay, now let's think of a color. I want it to kind of have a different blue. Maybe we'll do it like, I don't know. Let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We're just going to stick with some of the colors because I think we've used every blue we have. But I just want it to be real soft. You know, I don't want it to be super... I just want it to be faintly... And you know, the sky would normally be blue. That's why this is just I'm just piddling with it. And if I end up liking it, I'll use it. If I don't end up liking it, you may not see it again. You know how that is, right? And then I'm going to put one right up here, kind of off the page. I'm just outlining here because you can get the same effect and then you don't have to deal with the pencil. And this is just supposed to look messy. So that's why it does. Who knows, right? Okay, this is going to be the last cloud. And I'm just going to draw around it just like this. I'm going to use it like a template. And then I'll hang on to it in case I decide to put, you know, another one on here somewhere. Okay. Okay, let's just wash it off. Wash it on there, just barely. I kind of like to do circles too because it gives you that look of clouds a little bit. I don't know what I've mixed in, but it does have a different color, that's for sure. Okay, so now let's wash the brush. And let's see. Bugs me because there's not a white in here. So I can go back with a pen when this completely dries. And I am going to add a little tiny bit, just a little tiny bit of edge on here. Hopefully I don't mess it up doing this. Let's go like this so we don't put our hand in anything. Okay, this side would be like your shadow. So I'm just going to kind of outline it in a black, you know, underneath. Now, and I'm just doing this because it just looks kind of plain. This is definitely not how you do shadows, but you would have a darker edge on the bottom and on one side. Okay. And that's basically what I'm doing here. It may not look as good as I think when I'm done, but I'm just piddling. This one needs all the help it can get. Now, I will, when this dries, I will, I feel like I need to really add some dark brown. And I don't know which one of these is the darkest, but I feel like these lines, this one especially, is too black. I don't know if it's going to help it or not. Okay, well, that didn't do a whole lot of difference here. And then when this dries, I will go back and put highlights on it, okay? Now, I will also tell you, it kind of covered up all of our blue down there, but we do definitely have to wait for that to dry before we make any changes on that portion, okay? So now, I'm just going to put like, letting that dry a little bit, and it's going to have to set to the side. Bring our cards back out here. They should be dry. They're pretty close. It's kind of chilly today. I'm kind of thinking it's going to get down into the 70s by this time next week, or really the following Tuesday. Okay, so we've got this here. Let's make sure they're all in the upright position because, you know, it will make a difference depending on what I end up doing. Okay. So this is the back. I don't know if my white pen, where is my white pen? It's back here. This is a Uniball pen. So, Uniball Signo Broad. And it's the white. Have trouble getting them started, you just put them on your dirty finger and go from there. I'm just going to do like the things I see and think of in the ocean is like bubbles. Not like a bubble bath, but just like bubbles. And then you just see some, oh, I don't think it's not going to cooperate. So I'm just going to do a few little circles here and there, the best I can, because it is still pretty damp. You know, some of them's darker than the other. Not very many. I just want to kind of pretend that it's ocean water, right? Okay, and then you could do little starfish, you could do little seahorses, you could do a shell. You know, it just depends on what you want. I know this isn't an over-the-top fun thing to do, but I felt like doing this today. And I thought you guys, some of you might have fun doing it with me. Okay, so now I'm going to flip these over. And put up my white pen for now. And let me make sure you guys can see. Okay, you can. Okay, so I did buy, when I knew it was going to be an ocean or sea type book, I did buy a few, when I was in Hobby Lobby, I did buy a few little trinkets, stickers, just to make it more fun. So I'm going to put this anchor right here on this one, and normally I would not just use a sticker and stick it down because I don't trust them, but I'm going to. Okay, and I will ink around these. I just have to find my blue ink. And then this one here, I thought we could put a little shell on there, but which one do I want to do? Trying to remember. I forget which one I planned on doing what on. Let's see, we've got two things. Oh, I know. I want to put a shell on the lighthouse because it's primarily in browns. So this is a puffy sticker. All of these came from Hobby Lobby. And I'm trying to think what brand name they are. Paper Studio. Okay. Can't go wrong with old Paper Studio. So I'm just going to put the shell right there. Give it a look of dimension. Okay, there's that. Now, we've got this seagull standing here looking all smart. And I had a sticker to put on him. There it is. It's very light. It's just a clear sticker. But I got to see how to get these off. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. Oh, yeah, they're just little tiny. I just thought it might look cool to put a little buddy up above. This is just a clear sticker, so it blends, and you think you're putting it on, and it just is part of it. Okay, and then I thought on one of these shell ones that I could put this little seahorse. Isn't he cute? I just thought he needs to be on here. Do I want him looking away or looking in? And which one do I want him on? I kind of like that these are more realistic. So, and then I have this little shell. I think I'm going to put right here. It's dimensional. And it just kind of blends with the rest of them. Okay, and then we're going to put this one right here. And we're not going to put anything on this one because I just kind of like the way it looks. So what I thought on these we could do, and I don't know how these will turn out by doing this. I need a little piece of, I need like a glue dot. But like down on the bottom of this one, just want to cut my string and wrap around. Let's see, let's start with the back. So we'll wrap around this front part. Good luck. It has a mind of its own. I'm not going to kid you. I just want to do a knot in the front. Let's see. Now, here we go. I probably on the back will use some kind of, where is the other end? Get my fingers to work. Okay, there it is. So you want to kind of tighten it, but not really enough that it bends your card in half, but enough that it's not loose. I'm trying to tie this little tiny knot, and I don't know how successful I will be. I haven't been successful yet. I'm trying to get it where you can see and not have to see everything. See my fingers all. Okay, come on. Tie a knot right here. Let's do this. No, I didn't want to cooperate. I might have to cut it longer. Yeah, that's what I have to do. I have to do this all the time because of my surgery. I'm just going to cut it off longer. This stuff is cheap and won't cost that much. It's a little bit longer, I'll put it that way. It's not super long. Okay. Okay, so I took it around to the back and then brought the strings around. And let's see if we can get it to... Sometimes I have to get a tool out to help me. I know that's pitiful, but okay. There we go. Finally, I got one knot, I think. Stay on there. Don't disappoint me. There we go. Now, yeah, you can separate these like this. And let's tie one more so that it doesn't come loose. So there you go on him. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac because it's clear. And just put a little dab, not on the back, just under the knot. If I can get it to come out. You know, when the Fabri-Tac gets low, it's like it never wants to cooperate again. So I like the way this one turned out. You can just use your imagination and do whatever it takes. I'm going to set something heavier on this over here to dry. Just so it, you know, does actually dry. And let's see. You can take, you know, like with this seagull, we could do a string around him too. Because he's kind of just hanging out. And the sticker ended up being on the top in the sky. So I think this little guy will look cute. Come on, come on. I can get it to come around here. Oh, well, there it is. No wonder. Sorry. I feel so clumsy when I try to do little things, and I've always been able to do anything tiny and fussy, but not anymore. It's what happens to us, I guess, as we get older. Now, I thought I'd grab this other string. Hopefully, I didn't just make a mistake. No, it will work. And then tie a knot. Come on. Come on, come on. Yeah, this must have been the one I started with. One more little knot. I mean, we've got it in a knot, or we've got it tied once, but we really want it to stay on. So I like to double tie it. And this one little string is so short. We'll just see what happens. We may have to just glue it if I can't get the string to go through. One more try. If it doesn't work this time, we'll just add some glue. Okay, here we go. It's like I need fingers that are half the size. Okay, now go around there and get in the loop where you need to go. Okay, there we go. Just about didn't make it. And I think it's kind of half and half. See how rough it looks? Let me clean up the edges. Trim off some of these fuzzy parts. I don't know where they came from. Let's see. All right, and again, we're going to add a little bit of glue under the knot. And also, I think we can do a, let me see how much time we got. As soon as I get this glued down. I tell you what, I was doing great with my, but this has been plugging up. I don't know if you guys have had trouble with yours or not. You have to glue it super. I've unplugged it and unplugged it and unplugged it. I need to clean out the tip probably. But here's this little guy. He's in the same situation. He needs something heavy too. All right, now I'm going to put a ribbon on, if I can find it. What did I do with it? Okay, here it is. So I have two different anchor ribbon. I think I'm going to use the wider, one, and I'm just going to make sure the edges are clean. All right, now we're going to take this little card and we're just, oh, you know what? Instead of that, let's staple it. I like stapling because it gives it even more texture. Okay, let's bring it all the way up. Make sure the two sides are working the same way. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. Now, I kind of like to do one kind of to one side and one to the other side. Do you know what I mean? Because that also gives it texture. But you still want to make sure, that you connect the bottom. Okay. So let's move over. Let's keep your fingers crossed here. You just have to hope you get it right. It's a little crooked, but no biggie. I am going to trim it some on the back because it's too long on the back. So there we go. All right, now let's put one on. I don't know. I kind of just like these like they are. We could tie, I don't know if I've got, here's a piece of string. This is a little different, but it does tie better. It's the last little bit of it I have. I don't even know where it came from. But I'm going to try to tie a tiny bow. Good luck, right? This is not going to look right if I don't. Okay, come down a little tiny bit. All right, so this is going to end up being very, I'll kind of fray this edge a little bit. Little tiny bow, not much to it. I'm going to put it right up here with a little bit of this glue that doesn't want to cooperate today. I'm going to poke it and see. It acts like it's not plugged up, but I guarantee you something's plugged. Just put one little dot. Keep your fingers crossed. And this is not a fancy bow by no means. I'd have to have a couple hours to have a fancy bow. All right, so now I think we're finished with this part. And I'm going to lay them out for you to see them. Okay. Right there is the first 3. All right, let me get up this trash as we go along. Here is these 2. What happened to the 6th one? I don't even know what it is. Let's see if I can find it. Where did it go? Oh, it's covered up. But it has this cute little seahorse. So I hope you had fun doing these. I did. Now let's see what this little opportunity here to try to make this look different and more ocean. I don't like this dark part here. Where'd my pen go? There it is. So we're going to go over it with one of the really dark, or maybe, yeah, one of the really dark blues or purple. This is like a dirty, kind of like a dirty, ooh, that looks black. That's not black, but it looks it. We'll just kind of blend it in. It'll be fine. That came out like a really deep, deep blue, but it was so deep, it looked like it was black. Okay, so I don't want the bottom of those to be the focal point. So, ooh. Okay, so that is not how I really planned on this to look, but this is how this is what we ended up with. And okay, let's put some over here. I really wanted it to be lighter and more, you know, but you gotta work with what you got. Now let me get my white pen one more time so we can kind of do a highlight on each side. I'm going to do the highlight on the opposite side of where we did it before. And you got to have a good pen. And because it's not totally dry, instead of looking white, it's just looking kind of muddy white. But it still gives it a little bit of a highlight. These are working like I wanted them to work. And that's how it goes, I guess, huh? I tried to put that one in too much. And then I got white across the middle of that one. How crazy, right? And you could draw a line just random down the sides of the side that is the light on these. There you go. All right, and then we've got our little cloud. And I don't really think it's going to do much because there's still moisture in some of this. Yeah, it doesn't want to cooperate. I thought I had another white pen, but I don't. So let me see if I have a blue. This probably won't work, but we can try. Nah, it's not going to work very well. Kind of mess that one up a little bit. You just don't know what you're going to end up with, right? So I think what we'll do on this one portion here is we'll add like something. Let's see what we've got in our little sticker pads. Got to get rid of the stamp, right? Let's just put an anchor on there. I think we should do a blue anchor. We'll just do this one at the bottom. Or will these little circles work? No, I'll just do this one. Do I want to do, I think I want to do a gold one. Let's do gold. There is no rhyme or reason to how I'm doing this, guys. I'm just kind of just doing it. And I'm just trying to cover up the stamp. That was my first goal. But it's not going to be perfect, but it will be enough that we can cover it a tiny bit, right? And hope for the best. All right, there we go. I hope you guys had fun. I just wanted to mess and relax. I've been going 90 miles an hour, and I feel like, you know, it helped a little. So I'll be coming back and working on the bird book in the next video. And then after that, I will come back and do another one of these pages. Or these, come back and do the Traveler's Notebook. Can you tell I'm all rattled today? All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.